Very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashingtani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Island-wide curfew imposed for 3 days, including Puson Full Moon Poya Day. We are the lifeblood of UNP, says Samagi Janabalavegya candidate. News in detail. The President's Media Division announced that island-wide curfew will be imposed on this Sunday. Moreover, concerning the Puson Full Moon Poya Day, which falls next week, government has imposed island-wide curfew on 4th and 5th June as well. Curfew will be in force island-wide on this Sunday, May 31st. Moreover, curfew will be effective in all the districts from June 1st to June 3rd, only between 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily as before. Curfew will be in force island-wide on June 4th and June 5th, Puson Full Moon Poya Day. From Saturday, June 6th onwards, curfew will be effective in all the districts as before from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily until further notice. In the meantime, Sri Lanka saw the highest daily count of coronavirus cases yesterday with a record total of 150 new infections. Out of these cases, 97 were returnees from overseas at quarantine facilities and 53 were Navy personnel under quarantine. Total number of COVID-19 cases in Sri Lanka has reached 1,486 since 17 new cases were found as of 6 p.m. today. As per the Health Promotion Bureau, 751 COVID-19 patients have recovered from the virus, while there are 731 active cases as of 6 p.m. today. More than 59,000 PCR tests have been conducted in the country so far. In the meantime, Gafoor building in Colombo Fort is placed under isolation after a Navy personnel stationed there was found to be infected with the virus. The Cabinet approval has been given for the Gazette notification to limit imports due to the foreign exchange crisis in the country. This was announced by the core Cabinet spokesperson, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, addressing the Cabinet press conference held at the Department of Government Information in Colombo today morning.
ඊයේ දිනේදී කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකා වශයෙන් විශාල කැබිනට් පත්‍රිකාවක් ලෙස ගරු මුදල් අමාත්‍ය
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, as the Minister of Finance, yesterday tabled the Gazette notification on imports restriction as a cabinet paper. There are 4 main segments in this Gazette. First segment is about the generally imported goods. Second section is about the goods imported under the Special Commodity Act. Third category includes the goods that can be imported under the credit facility to make payments after 90 days. The fourth section is the temporarily banned imports for a period of 3 months. The Cabinet approval was given for the proposal since we have faced the worst foreign exchange crisis in Sri Lanka's history. If any individual or organization needs further information on this regard, they can email the Secretary of the Finance Ministry.
Upon being questioned by media, core Cabinet spokesperson Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana expressed views on the future prospects of the repatriating process of stranded Sri Lankans in foreign countries.
Expatriate Sri Lanka, have you taken a decision, though the government or cabinet to take a decision not to expatriate further Sri Lankans back to Sri Lanka?
No, we have not taken any decision as such. The government will ensure all the Sri Lankans, those who want to come back to Sri Lanka, will be brought back to Sri Lanka. But for that, we need to take more precautionary methods. As we have seen, significant number of returnees are infected with COVID-19. So we will take necessary measures to ensure that we quarantine them properly, for which we need space. And it's a long process. It takes about 14 days. So government is carefully looking at that situation and will draw up a plan to ensure that disease would not spread in the community because of the people, those who return from other countries.
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Core Cabinet Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena states that the government has decided not to increase the property assessment rate charged by the local governments for another 2 years. This and many other cabinet decisions were announced at the Cabinet press conference today. Accordingly, concerning the situation of the country after the COVID-19 crisis, Minister of Public Administration and Internal Affairs Janaka Bandara Tennakone has tabled a proposal asking not to increase the property assessment rate charged by the relevant local government authorities. Thus, as a result, the government has decided not to increase the rates for a period of 2 years. In the meantime, it was also noted that a meeting of central bank and treasury officials have been called to look for ways to provide more relief to depositors of failed finance companies such as Edirisinghe Trust Investment. President Secretary P.B. Jayasundara had called for a report on the issue from Central Bank Governor Professor W.D. Lakshman on failed finance companies including ETI and several others. The central bank has mentioned that depositors of some companies are in court and that CBSL cannot intervene in such occasions. Moreover, cabinet approval has been granted to import 2,500 dairy cows from Australia. Minister Dr. Ramesh Patharan added that this decision was taken to uplift the local dairy industry. Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that a team of Sri Lankan employees who were stranded at the Bucharest airport in Romania were provided new employment opportunities. Foreign Ministry said that Romanian government had conveyed to Sri Lanka embassy yesterday that the group of 36 Sri Lankan workers have been offered an alternate employer and that they may continue employment in Romania. Meanwhile, the first flight carrying 160 passengers took off from Mattala Mahinda Rajapaksa International Airport to Seoul, South Korea yesterday. According to the airport official, the group had left on the Myanmar Airways flight to the Incheon International Airport. An official from the Foreign Employment Bureau said that was a team who were working in South Korea and had arrived in the island before 10th March for a vacation. He also added that accordingly, Sri Lanka resumed the departures for foreign employment which had been temporarily suspended due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Meanwhile, the government has also made arrangements to facilitate the return to many Sri Lankans residing and working in Seychelles. An official from the Foreign Ministry said that the process will be implemented in compliance with the existing regulations and availability of quarantine facilities in the country. The Sri Lanka High Commission in Seychelles has continuously maintained communication with the Sri Lankans who have registered at the mission, conveying their interest in returning to Sri Lanka, having already purchased air tickets due to the loss of employment, termination of employment contracts, and the need for urgent medical treatment. Many are presently scattered among the 5 islands in Seychelles, and however, only one active case of COVID-19 have been reported in Seychelles. Former Mathura District UNP parliamentarian Buddhika Patharan says that all the forces of the genuine United National Party are with the Samaki Jana Balawegaya and only a very few people are hanging on a signboard. Addressing a media briefing in Colombo, Samagi Jana Balawegaya candidate Buddhika Patharan also said that the ones who play with the donations of the innocent party members and well-wishers will have to pay the price soon.
මේ තමයි එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය. මේ තමයි මහා සම්ප්‍රදාය. මේ තමයි මහා ජනතා පක්ෂය. ඒක තමයි මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. එතන තියෙනවා අලියවත් මංකොල්ල කාගත්ත. ඒ වගේම එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය ඓක්‍ය දේශීය කට්ටිය, ඒ වගේම යුනයිටඩ් නැෂනල් පාර්ටි කියන නමත් මංකොල්ල කාගත්ත. විවස්ථාවත් මංකොල්ල කාගත්ත. ඒ වගේම සම්පත් සාධන ලංකා ධර්මතලයේ ගීතයත් මංකොල්ල කාගත්ත. සිරිකොතත් මංකොල්ල කාගත්ත. ගිනුම් ටිකත් මංකොල්ල කාපු. මොකද බැංකු මංකොල්ල කාපු කාට ගිනුම මංකොල්ල කරනවා කියන එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙවෙයි. මොකද කක්කුසි කටවල් පිටින් ගිලපු උන්ට වැසිකිලි වලවල් පිටින් ගිලපු උන්ට අදෝවාදය කියන්නේ ගදක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක සැන්සුවදක්. ඒ නිසා අපි නෙවෙයි කණ්ඩායම. සමාව ගන්න කිසිම හේතුවක් මේ මහා සම්ප්‍රදාය තුල ඉන්න චද්දන්ත අලි නියෝජනය කරන ටෙලිෆෝනෙන් ඉල්ලන අපිට නෑ.
Stay tuned for stock updates after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 87.15 points to close at 4,887.16 and the S&P SL 20 gained 43.34 points to close at 2,057.7. The turnover was 1.2 billion rupees and over 109 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. And that's all the news for today. Join us again tomorrow on State of Business at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.